All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the online workshop Career Success. I'm Nilofer Safdar with you, and I am so excited to have all of you on call with me today. We have people from all over the world. We have people from the US, from India, from Dubai, from Germany, Portugal, Brazil, Israel, and so many more people who are on the webcast. And I'm so excited and I'm so happy to see all of you here today. So keep a pen and paper handy, and you're going to have a lot of content here. You're going to have a lot of amazing ideas which you can take and implement right away. So, yeah, keep a pen and paper handy. And if you would like to ask questions, just press the hand icon on your console and you will raise your hand and I will be able to unmute you and you can talk to me. Okay, so let's just go ahead. So, career success. Okay, so what is my goal with this presentation today? So my goal is for you to be able to create a crystal clear vision for ultimate success, so that you know exactly what you would like, where you are headed, and what you need to do to make it happen, right? So for a lot of people, I've seen that they just don't know where they are headed. So it's almost like you wake up in the morning and you go out of the door without really knowing where you're headed. So if you just walk out of the door without knowing what your destination is, are you ever going to reach anywhere? No, you're just going to roam around. And that's how most of us spend our lives. And if you do know what your destination is, then you're amongst the 20% of the population who does know. So you're already at a much better place than most people are. Okay. The second thing is that I'd like to uncover hidden challenges that may be sabotaging your ability to make changes that last or that are slowing down your progress. So now okay, I'm headed to this place. And then as you start walking towards it, you find that it's not as easy to get there as you thought. And you find that, something keeps stopping you, something keeps showing up. So it can either be self-sabotage, or you could have other situations showing up in your life and you just get kind of sidetracked and you lose sight of that. So I call these the hidden blocks or the hidden saboteurs, which are there in our system, and these are the ones which are going to stop us. So what I would like to do is I would like to be able to uncover them for you today, so that you know exactly what is stopping your progress or stopping your success. And the third goal that I have is for you to leave this session renewed, re-energized, and inspired to finally achieve the change you seek once and for all. So, if you could achieve that change that you have been asking for, what would that be like? Would you like that? Right. Yeah. So now here's the thing. I'd like you to stay till the end, okay? So if you stay till the end, then I'm going to give you an audio MP3, which is something that is designed to identify and delete the hidden challenges that are sabotaging your success. So this MP3 is designed to pull out those hidden saboteurs and those hidden blocks that are sabotaging your success. But I'm not going to give it to all those people who leave midway. So you have to wait till the end of the presentation, and towards the end, I will share with you the link where you can go and get them. So make sure that you're there till the end, okay? Great. Now, if anybody has anything to say, just type it into the Q&A box, or raise your hand, and I'll happily give you a chance to speak. So now, what makes what I'm going to teach you different? What makes it different is that I know a thing or two about creating things, right? So that's me, if you didn't know that. I'm just being a little goofy. I took this photograph on Instagram today, and I said, okay, let me do a bunny, bunny picture, right? So, I've written 7 books which were international bestsellers on Amazon. I'm a life coach. I do weight loss coaching, and one of my most favorite things is success and money mindset coaching. I was also on TV. I had my own TV show called The Nilofer Show in India on Jia News. And I have been hosting telesummits since the year 2012. I must have done around 8 or 9 telesummits till now. I'm not sure which. I've just lost track of them just because I've done so many of them. And I have a lot of fun doing whatever I do, as you can see. Cool. The next thing. So I started off on my journey. I think it was in 1992, 1993, and it's almost been like 25 years. So I did a lot of things which were right, but I did a lot of things which were wrong, like really, really, really wrong, right? Wrong, right? Yeah, good one. And after doing this stuff for 25 years, here are like a few things that I have discovered. One is the main things that I've discovered is that if you script your goals or your targets, you are already amongst the 20% of the population which is at a different level. Most people will just keep thinking about things that they would like to do. They will never put it on pen and paper. But if you are one who has been used to putting down your targets or goals on pen and paper, then already you are way ahead of other people in the game. Okay. The other thing is that you have hidden blockages that sabotage your success. So what you have to do is you have to identify those blockages and you have to clear those blockages, and then everything else becomes rinse and repeat. So keep adding to your goals and targets. So why do I say this, rinse and repeat? Because I think 5 years ago I sat and wrote down more than 100 of my goals or targets, right? And within 3 months I actually had all of them, whatever I had written. And while I was in that process of achieving all those goals or targets, life was just exhilarating. It was so much fun. And once I had achieved this, I kind of plateaued out, and I didn't realize until a very long time that I had stopped adding to my goals or targets, right? So you have to keep adding to your goals and targets. So a little later in the class, when I speak about the goals and targets and how do you set it and how do you do it, I will talk more about it, right? So once you have set your goals and targets, what you have to do is, again, you have to identify what are the blockages that are stopping you from achieving those, and you have to clear them. And again, it's a cycle of writing new goals or targets and then clearing the blocks to achieving them and then writing new goals. And so it's like a rinse and repeat cycle, basically. Okay. Now, I discovered all this the hard way. Like, it took me a really, really, really long time to kind of have the aha moment that you have to keep writing new goals, and then the way in which you can clear the hidden blocks or whatever, right? So it took me a really long time to discover this, but today I'm going to okay. So what is the hard way of doing it? Okay, the hard way of doing it is, most people, they have their goals. So most of them, they actually wouldn't have written their goals, right? And I know you're raising your hand, and I will give you a chance to speak. but just not yet. Let me complete a part of the presentation and then I will allow you to speak, okay? If there is something really urgent, type it into the Q&A box and I will address if I think it's really, really, really urgent, okay? Okay, cool. So, where was I? Okay. Okay. So for most people, when they write down their goals or they write down their targets, what they do is they think they have to work really, 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 really hard. And they keep, doing things without ever addressing their hidden blocks that sabotage success, right? So it's like, okay, I would like to buy a house and it costs this much money. So what do I have to do to earn that money and keep slogging at it and slogging at it and take this loan and do this and do that and do without ever looking at the blocks that are sabotaging your success. The other thing is that you keep doing and doing and doing things without seeing if that is in alignment with what you are asking for, right? So what do I mean by this? So say, for example, one of your targets is to earn, say, $1 million or whatever your currency is, okay? Now, you're asking the universe, okay, I'd like to earn $1 million here. And then what you do is that you go to the supermarket and you buy the cheapest thing of whatever is available. So on one hand, you're asking the universe that, I would like to have so much money. And on the other hand, you buy the cheapest thing that is available. So can you see like there is a disconnect between the two? Because if you would like to have so much money, you have to be willing to have that abundance with you already. You have to be willing to first have the abundance and then the money comes in. So what do I mean by have the abundance? It does not mean that you're going to necessarily go and buy the most expensive product. But what it means is you don't make money the issue. So if you look at that thing and you go, if money were not the issue, what would I choose? And then look at all the products available. And so money does not become a factor in the choice that you're making. That is abundance, right? So you have to be in alignment with what you're asking for. The other thing is most people, they work linear. So they think that there is a straight line and you have to do one thing at a time, right? And doing one thing at a time is like doing things at a snail's pace. Now, when you do one thing at a time, is it really fun for you? Or is it so boring for you that you just want to go to sleep and never do it again? So what is fun for you is to have 20 different things going on at the same time. And even if you're feeling overwhelmed, what you do is you ask for those 20 different things to show up, have 20 different projects on hand, right? So if you feel like you have too much, add another thing. Don't take away things. Now this is what everyone tells you, do one thing at a time. But that's a lie. If you do more things at a time, that's what creates more ease for you. So this is the hard way of doing it. Okay? Now, do you want to have the easy way in which you can have phenomenal success in your career? Now, notice that everything that I've been talking about is about having success. Now, since this presentation is about career, then, I will kind of talk a little bit more about career, but you can take all these principles and you can apply it just to having success. Okay? Okay, cool. So do you want to have the easy way of having phenomenal success? Okay, cool. So let's go on. So this is someone that I worked with recently, and this is what he has to say. He says that just with 4 sessions, I'm on track with my career path and I didn't struggle or work hard. And these results are not really typical, so don't go, okay, I'm going to have the same thing, but you can. And it could be that you could have the same results just in 1 session or just by doing what I'm going to teach you once. Okay? So let's have fun with that. So let's talk about the 3 secrets, okay? And I'm going to go deep into these secrets with you. The first one is script your career and life path. Okay, so again, career, because this workshop is titled Career Success and it could actually apply to any area of your life. The second one is strive for excellence. And the third one is identify and eliminate the hidden blocks to success. Okay, so let's go on. Now, the secret number 1 is script your career and life path. Script means write down. If I'm not very clear, I'm going to say this to you again. Script means to write down. So you have to write down, okay? There is some magic which happens when you actually write down everything that you desire or you write down your goals or your targets. There's some amazing magic which occurs, you know. There was a study done for a class of Harvard in the year 1972. So that class, they were told to write down their 25-year goals. And they all wrote it down on a piece of paper, and they gave it in the college, in the university to Harvard. And they decided to meet after 25 years. So after 25 years, when they met up, and they all retrieved the pieces of paper on which they had written down their 25-year goals, guess what? All of them had achieved more than 75% of those goals. And this is amazing. I have been doing this for the last 25 years myself. And, you know, whenever I find any of my old diaries or something where I have scribbled down things, what I find is that all those things that I've scribbled down, I would have achieved more than 75 to 80% of those. And the ones that I've not achieved, those are things that I no longer desire, or some of them could be really big things which I can see are on the way to materializing. So there is a magic which occurs. Now, this does not mean that you have to take a pen and paper and write it, although you could do that. Like some people I know, they just love writing with pen and paper. Even me, sometimes, you know, I have all these papers on which I scribble with my little pencil. But the other way I love doing is actually writing down in my smartphone in the notes. So at any time I would have like pages and pages of things that I write down. So one good way of doing it is writing down 10 new goals or targets every single day. So you wake up and write down 10 new things, and it does not have to be like huge things at all. It can be like little things. So, for example, today I was listening to someone's Facebook Live, and somebody said that she was feeling really crappy. And I thought to myself, you know, you could write down, you could ask for having more ease and peace and joy and happiness in your life. That could also be a goal, right? And how often do we ask for something like that? Most of the time we are asking for something which is material, a job, a money, a car, a house. But, you know, having more joy, having more peace, having more ease in your life, how much does that create for you, right? So you have to be willing to have all that. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. So here's what you do. You write down your long-term goals. So your long-term goals can be like your 25 years goals or your lifetime goals or whatever it needs to be. And then write down your short-term goals. So how does this work? Okay. So whatever is going on in your life, right? Whatever you are not very happy about, whatever you're stressed about, whatever you're upset about, right? You can take all that and you can look at all that and you can convert it into short-term goals. Now, what do I mean by this? Now, again, in this, we are going to look at both your career and your life. Now, since this is like a workshop on career, let's talk a little bit about career. Okay. So for example, I was working with a client and they had like a huge change which occurred in their organization, and he was deputed to a totally different part of the organization. He had a new boss and all of that, and he found that his boss was being really mean and nasty to him, right? So he kept telling me there's a lot of politics here, and this guy is very known in the whole organization as being very difficult to work with, and everyone keeps telling me, you have a really difficult boss to work with, and all of that, right? So I just asked him a question. I said, when you keep verbalizing this, when you keep saying all this, what are you creating? It is like ask and you shall receive. So when you keep verbalizing the same thing over and over again, you are actually sending a message to the universe, telling the universe that this is what I would like. Right? So you are continuously telling the universe that my boss is really difficult to work with, my boss is really difficult to work with, and everyone tells me that my boss is really difficult to work with. So guess what shows up? Your boss is really difficult to work with. Okay? So I asked him, what would you like instead of this? Right? And for some time he could not even look at that, because this thing that was going on for him was so huge, right? So then I looked at it and I said, would you like your boss to be supportive of you? So he looked at me and he went, yes. I said, would you like your boss to be totally unconditionally supportive of you? He said yes. And obviously in his head he was going, but I don't think that's possible, right? And I said, that doesn't matter whether you think it's possible or not, because that is then the hidden saboteur. That is the hidden block which is going to stop you from receiving that. That's the second part of the story, right? But the first part of it is that if you were to ask for having a supportive boss, would that be something that would make your life easier? And it was like, totally yes. Then I asked him, would you like to have supportive colleagues? So totally yes. So I said, so what if you were to ask to work with and for people who are totally supportive of you? And so for him, that was like a totally different way of looking at things, because he had never ever thought that anything like that was possible. Right? So what happens is that we get so caught up in whatever is going on in our life that we just cannot see, or we cannot, even go to a place of asking for what will actually create more ease for us. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, great. Right? So that's your short-term goals. So your short-term goals, so it's almost like, you are at point A, which is where you are currently at. And point B is where you would like to be, which is your long-term goals. Okay? So what you have to do is you have to first manage everything that is going around A. So you have to look at your life. You have to look at everything that is not working for you, and then flip it around and ask for the things which will make that work for you. So, for example, if you have a boss who is bullying you or who's being mean and nasty to you, what you would like is to flip it around to have a boss who is supportive of you. Okay, so you know what, where you are at A is everything that you have created before. So all your thoughts, feelings, emotions, everything that was going on with you before has created A. Now, if you look at A and you go, okay, these are the things that I would like to change, and you flip it around to what you desire, then you've started on changing A, and then at the same time you start asking for B, because that is ultimately where you would like to head. So that's how you can do this journey from A to B. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, great. There is a chat also. You can you can put in your stuff over there. So if any of this thing is getting you, if you're going yes with all this, just type yes in the chat box. Okay. Okay, cool. I just forget that there's a chat box here, and I've forgotten that I had implemented it. Okay. Now let's look at a career, okay? So when you look at a career, what are some of the things that you are looking at? Okay? So number one is you're looking at a position, you're looking at the company, you're looking at your salary, you're looking at the job profile and the scope. You also want to look at your colleagues and your boss. I've forgotten to add boss there. Also look at if you would like to have a leadership position in the company, and whether you have a career growth path in that organization. Okay, so what do I mean by this? So say you are in an organization, and if you look at the way the organization is structured, so based on where you are at, you have to see if there is any chance for you to progress in the organization. Okay, if there is no chance for you to progress in the organization, then you have to ask yourself that if there is no career growth path for me in this organization, do I want to continue here? Now, it does not mean that you're going to quit your job right away, but it just means that then you are like, it's very clear to you that you don't really want to continue in this organization, and you just want to create a new career, or create a new job for you. Okay, so all these things, what I'd like you to do is note down all these things and write down beside it exactly what you desire in the short term and also what you desire in the long term. Okay, does that make sense? Is this making sense for you guys? Just type into the chat box, okay, if it's making sense to you. Okay, so I'm going to just leave this for just 2 minutes, give you a chance to write this down, and then you can fill in the blanks for it. Okay, so what position do you desire? So in the short term, whatever your position is, say in the next 5 years, you would like to reach X position, and then in 25 years, your target is to reach Y position. Now, it does not mean that it has to be in the same company, right? Like I've had so many people who tell me that they look at a company and they go, wow, I'd like to be in that company, and something or the other occurs, and they end up in that company by fluke. Like, just to share with you a little story. So years ago, I used to live in Mumbai, and I lived in this building, and my dad was working for the government. So we were provided that apartment from the government, right? Now near that building was another building, which to me in those days appeared to be like something that I really aspired for. And my dad always said that, based on the job that I'm doing, I don't think we can ever get an apartment in that building. So it was something like which appeared to be really out of reach for me, right? But I would I would just lie down and dream, and I would be like, wouldn't it be nice to have an apartment in that building? And you know what happened? In 6 months, the government decided that they would turn the whole building in which I was living into a guest house. And the other building where I wanted to go, the first two floors of that building were a government guest house. So they decided to shift that guest house into this building, and they decided to move all of us who were living here into that building. So guess where I ended up living? In the building that I always thought was not possible for me to get into. Because I wonder, what would happen if I could go and live there, right? So that's what writing down your goals does. Writing down your goals is not about, what is possible. Yeah. Writing down your goals is about what you desire, right? Just write down. Just feel free to write down, right? Okay, so some people are saying that they can't hear my voice. Is that true? Can someone please type for me? I'm going to kind of unmute someone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Neeluben.
Okay, great. Okay, so some people couldn't hear me, so sorry about that. Yeah. So, just write down what are your long-term goals with your career? What are your short-term goals with your career? Like, write down like the most amazing thing. Maybe you want to be the president of the company, you want to be the CEO of some company, whatever it is, write it down. You want to be a CEO of a multi-million dollar or a multi-billion dollar company. What is the leadership position you desire? What kind of colleagues do you desire? When I mean by colleagues, what I mean is, do you desire to have supportive colleagues? Do you desire to have supportive bosses? How much time would you like to work in? Like, I was talking to someone the other day, and she is like semi-retired, and we were actually doing some work on a health issue she has. And then I said, don't you want to look at your career? She said, you know what, I'm so tired, I don't want to work. So I asked her, I said, how would it be if you were to work like, say, 4 hours a week and earn like an obscene amounts of money? And she just like lit up. She said, yeah, I can totally do that. I could work for 4 hours and earn a great salary. I would totally like that, right? So, I mean, where do we make these things impossible? That, we can't even dream about it, that we can't even write about it, right? You have to be willing to just write down some of the most outrageous things. And it's a game. It's not about making all this really significant. You're just writing down for the fun of it. And tomorrow you can write down 10 new versions of this, right? So I think I've given you guys enough time. What kind of perks would you like to have? Would you like to travel? How often would you like to travel? Which country would you like to live in? all of that. Just write down some really amazing things that you really desire. Short-term goals, long-term goals. So the short-term goal could be as short as like 1 year, then slightly mid-term goal could be like a 5 or 10 years, and then 25 years. And even if you don't want to go into too many specificities specifics, so with that it's okay. You don't have to go into too much specific with that. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So this was about the career. Now let's look at life, okay? Let's look at life, and let's look at, what you would like to create in your life. And what I normally tell people to do is I have them write down 100 goals or 100 targets about their life, right? And most people go, 100? Wow, that's too many. I can't write that. It doesn't matter. 100 is a big enough number which will allow you to really expand your mind and to think, right? And these are some of the areas. So if you write down these particular areas, then it becomes really easy for you to write down, say, 10, 10, or 12, or 15 in each one of these. So what are your targets with your body and health? Like maybe it's to do with weight loss. Maybe it's to do with something that is going on in your body that you would like to change. Like, you may have some physical condition or something that you would like to change. Or it just could be something like maybe you're an athlete, so you would like to be able to increase your speed, or you would like to increase your stamina, or maybe you go for yoga and you would like to be more flexible, or any of that. So whatever you would like to create in your body or health. The spelling is wrong, forgive me. So just write down some of your goals for this. Then fun and recreation is, how much off time would you like to have? Would you like to have 2 days off in a week, three days off in a week? Maybe you just like to work for 4 hours in a week, and the rest of the time you would like to have fun and recreation. How would you like to spend your time? Where would you like to travel? What is on your bucket list of travel? And what are some of the other amazing things that you would like to do when you have your off time? Maybe you like adventure, or you like partying, or whatever you may like. So write down all your goals with regards to that there. The next one is a really juicy and yummy one, which is money, which, all of us really love and all of us enjoy. So you can, look at money, and you could write down all the goals that you have with regards to money, like what is the salary that you would like to have. And with money, be willing to ask for multiple streams of income. Now, with a lot of people who are into jobs, they cannot, bring their head around this idea that money can come to them from many different sources, right? You have to be willing to ask for multiple streams of income. What they think is that only if I get a raise in my job, or if I get a better job with a better salary, then the money can increase for me. Or, maybe their company gives them a bonus or something like that. So they think those are the only ways in which money can come to them. But what if you could have multiple streams of income? What if you could have an online business? What if you could write a book and get some money from the book? What if, you could buy property and have rental income? What if you could invest some money in a business and have money coming in from there? So, just ask, how many streams of income can I have? And just keep looking for multiple streams of income coming in, right? Then the next one is career or business. So we are talking about career today. So we did a lot of work with the career. But, if you are in a business, then what do you desire in your business? Where do you see your business in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, 25 years' time, 50 years' time? What would you like to create in your business? Would you like to have just one business? Would you like to have multiple businesses? Would you have like to have a local business, like a brick and mortar business? Or would you like to have an online business? Would you like to have a global business? Would you like to have a brick and mortar global business? Would you like to have a brick and mortar, would you like to have a global online business? Like yesterday, I attended a meeting of BNI, which is Business Network International, and it was quite an education for me. It was really amazing for me to see all these people who have such amazing, diverse businesses. Like there was this lady who actually helps people create franchises and who helps franchises to find franchise partners in different parts of the world. So there are so many business opportunities and possibilities available to us all the time. So if you are looking for a business, maybe that is something that you would like to consider. And if you are in a career, maybe you could also build a business as an alternate stream of income. There are so many people who are in jobs and then who are also working at a business part time. Okay. The next one is physical environment. So physical environment is about physical environment is actually about where you would like to live. It's what kind of home would you like to have, what kind of car would you like to have, what kind of lifestyle would you like to live, which country of the world would you like to live in. So it's about all that. Partner or romance is about your relationship. So if you're already into a relationship, how would you like to have the relationship? What else do you desire there? If you don't have a partner, if you're not married or whatever, then what would you like to have in your relationship? And what are some of the things that you're looking for in your partner? So you ask for all that. The next one is mentors and supportive people. It's really important for us to have mentors and supporting people in our life, because when you have people who support you unconditionally, it just pushes you to the next level. Mentors are these people who actually invite you to be a greater version of you. They're always taking you, they're always inviting you to grow and to expand. So it's always great to have mentors. So what are some of the goals that you have with regards to mentors and supportive people? And then the last one is personal growth. So, what areas of your life would you like to improve yourself in, and all of that. So again, with these 8 aspects of life, write down the short-term goals, write down the long-term goals. Okay. Now, if you've already written these down, great, you're amazing, it's excellent. And there are a lot of people who may not have done this. So, this is an invitation for you. So that was secret number 1. Script down your life and your career path. Okay. The next one, secret number 2, is strive for excellence. So when I was actually preparing this presentation, I actually looked at a few successful people who are successful in their careers, and I asked them to give me a few key points which have to do with having a successful career. And here are some of the points that they shared. Okay. The first one is give your best and perform at 110% capacity. So at any point of time, be willing to show up and to be the best version of you that you can be at any point of time. No matter what is going on in your life, be willing to be the best version of you that you can be. And that's why, that thing of performing at 110% capacity. Like for most people, when they go into a job, everyone around you is actually performing at a really mediocre level. If you look at any organization, you will see that 80% of the people in the organization do 20% of the work, and 20% of the people do 80% of the work, right? So you want to be amongst those 20% who is doing 80% of the work. That is being the best version of you possible, okay? And performing at 110% capacity, okay? The second point is you don't have to know anything. In fact, even if you don't know anything, you have to be willing to ask questions. So what happens with a lot of people is that they are afraid to ask questions because they are afraid of being judged. They're afraid of appearing stupid in front of their colleagues, right? So what if you were willing to be stupid? What if you were willing to be judged? And what if you were just willing to ask questions? Because guess what? The more questions you ask, the more information you will have. And the more information you have, the more you have the point of power in any moment. Okay? Does that make sense to you guys? If it makes sense, just type yes into the chat box. Come on, use the chat box, okay? I'm so excited to use the chat box today because I'm using this for the first time. Okay, great. The third one is strive for better and better, right? So what if every day, if you woke up in the morning and you were willing to be better than you were yesterday? What if you woke up every day in the morning and you were willing to be greater than you were yesterday? So you have to be willing to be greater and better than you were before. Okay? And this is what you have to continuously strive for. Okay? The next one, over deliver. Don't hold back. Okay? So this is about that. So say for example, if you are in a situation and you look at something that has to be done, don't go into this that this is not my job, this is his job and he is not doing his job, so I'm not going to do it. Just be willing to do it in order to get the whole thing done. What if it were your business? Would you hold back? No, just over deliver. Because the more you're willing to own your organization, the more you're willing to kind of have your organization grow, the more you will grow. Okay? Now the next one is a biggie. Be happy at other people's success. So for a lot of people, what happens is that if they see someone getting a promotion or someone getting a pay hike, they go into a little bit of envy and jealousy. So so the moment you go into envy and jealousy, then what happens is that you're actually telling the universe, oh, they have it and I don't have it, right? So when you say, I don't have it, will you get it? No, you won't get it. But if you're happy at their success and you go, oh my God, that's so amazing, you won this lottery. Oh my God, that's so amazing, he got this promotion, and that's so amazing, he got that pay hike, or that's so amazing, he got that bonus. You're telling the universe, oh my God, that's so amazing, he got it, and what would it take for me to have it too? Or what would it take for me to have 10 times that? It is that vibration of of being happy at others' success, which will create that for you in your life. Okay. The next one is strive unceasingly to grow and develop yourself. Okay. So continuously you have to be in this mode. What else can I learn? How else can I develop myself? Don't depend on your company to provide you training. Be willing to grow on your own. What other training can I take? What other course can I take? How can I, upgrade myself consistently? This is the question that you have to be in. Okay. And the last one is embrace change and don't resist it. So if your company is going through some kind of change, don't fight it. So you can look at the change and you can go, wow, there's this change and it's really uncomfortable for me. So how can I use this change to my advantage? Okay. So this does not mean that you are going to take unfair advantage of anything, but you're actually giving the change the job of working to your advantage. Like you can give every molecule of the universe a job. Excuse me. You can give every molecule of the universe a job. And the job that you're giving the molecules of the universe is, hey, there's this change going on here. It's really uncomfortable for me. And how can this change be to my advantage? So you've given the change the job of being to your advantage. And every time you look at change, you just go, okay, how can I use this to my advantage? And in that moment, you may or may not know how it is working to your advantage, but if you consistently be in that space of having that change contribute to your life, you will see how that change contributes to your life. If you resist it, what happens is that, everything that is uncomfortable for you is going to persist. Does that make sense? So what you're resisting is not change. What you're actually resisting is you are actually resisting the discomfort from that change. And you have kind of labeled it as this is not good, this is bad, this is wrong. Right? So when you say, how can I use this to my advantage, you actually unplug from, labeling it as bad or wrong or not good. And you are willing to see the gift that that change holds for you. And, let's face it, any change that occurs, we fight it in the beginning, right? So what if you were not to fight change? You were to go, oh, wow, this is change. Okay, great. I can use this to my advantage. How can I use this to my advantage? And another great way of looking at change is how can all this turn out even greater than I could imagine? So like look at some of the things that are going on for you in your career or in your life, which are not such great things. And what if, every time they come into your awareness, what if you were to go, how can all this turn out even greater than I could have imagined? Right? So be willing to ask for everything that shows up in your life to turn out even greater than you could have imagined. Okay? So just, give your best, perform at 110% capacity. You don't have to know everything. Be willing to ask questions. Strive for better and better. So every day you can ask, how can I be better than yesterday, or how can I be greater than yesterday? Always over deliver and don't hold back. Be happy at others' success. Strive unceasingly to grow and develop yourself, and embrace change and don't resist it. Okay? That's secret number 2, which is strive for excellence. Secret number three, the huge one: identify and eliminate the hidden blocks to success. Okay? So, how do you identify and eliminate the hidden blocks to success? So, I'm going to give you three questions for this. And you have to kind of be in an inquiry with all these three questions. Okay, what is an inquiry? You ask the question, and whatever answer you get, you ask it again, and you ask it again, and you ask it again, and you keep asking this question over and over and over again. And the way you do it is actually, you set a timer in your phone, and I would you like me to lead you through this? Just type yes into the chat box. Come on, fast. Okay, great. Okay, I'm having so much fun. Sorry, guys, I'm just having a little bit of fun here. Let me open my timer. So what you do is you set your timer for 1 minute, and you keep asking this question in really quick succession. Okay, and when I ask the question, whatever comes to your head, just blurt it out. And if you're alone in the room, you can just blurt it out yourself, right? So just blurt it out. Okay. Okay. I'm going to start the timer, and here we go. So, what is the benefit of not being successful? 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 Okay, great. That is 1 minute. Now, would someone like to share what showed up for you when we were doing this exercise? Just raise your hand and I will unmute you. Someone who is there on the call, would you like to share what showed up for you as I did this exercise? Anyone? Come on. Okay, great. Yes, go for it.
Hey, Nilofer.
Hey, Galit, how are you?
I'm okay. When you start to ask the question, I start to cry. Like some, I have a lot of heaviness in my body, and like I didn't know actually how to breathe when you ask the question, and always pop in my head, my body, all the time. Wow.
Okay, so it was, what is the benefit of not being successful is my body. Okay, great. That's insane, but that's fun. Okay, thanks for sharing that. Okay, I'm going to unmute you, Saman. Yes, Saman. What showed up for you?
So I just kept saying to myself that there's no benefit.
Right.
Every time you ask that question, I just said there's no benefit. So I don't know what that means.
Okay, great. So you just keep doing it. So this is actually what happens when we start off. Okay, you will go, oh, how can there be no benefit to being success? How can there be any benefit to being successful? But here's the thing, if there was if there wasn't any if there wasn't any benefit to not being successful, you would be successful. Does it make sense? It's like a little twisted and bizarre. Okay. so if or did I make a mistake? It is, what is the benefit of not being successful? Okay, so there is some benefit in not being successful, right? So again, successful is a very generic term, so I would use a really specific word here. Like I would use something to do with, like, say, if you would like to have a new job, what is the benefit of being jobless? That's what you would say. Okay. And I know all those people on this call who are jobless right now, you want to really kill me, right? But there is some benefit that you are gaining from not having a job. And doing this exercise will actually kind of uncover those benefits for you. And, maybe just doing it once may not uncover it, but if you do it like a few times, it will uncover it. Okay. So let's go to the next one. There are these two things here. You can use either of these two questions. Okay, who wants to play with me on these two questions? Someone raised their hand, so I will ask you the question and you have to blurt out the answer to me. Come on. Okay, Salma, I'm going to unmute you. Okay, hi, Salma.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. So, okay, I'm going to set the timer and ask this question, and you have to blurt out whatever is the first thing that comes to your mind, okay? And
Alright.
if there is nothing which comes to your mind, you just say blank. Okay? Shall I start?
If nothing comes to my mind, what do I have to do?
Just say blank.
Alright,
Blank.
okay.
Okay? So,
Alright.
okay, let me start, okay?
Okay.
So, what will happen if you are successful?
I'll be happy.
Okay, what will happen if you are successful?
Very happy.
What will happen if you are successful?
I'll feel blessed.
What will happen if you are successful?
Still being happy.
What will happen if you are successful?
I'll feel more positive.
Okay, so here's the thing, what you're doing is you're taking your time and thinking it through. You have to blurt out whatever comes up for you. Okay?
Alright, okay.
This is not about giving the right answer. This is about blurting things out so that you reach those insane points of view you have which are stopping your success. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay? So,
Alright.
what will happen if you are successful?
Okay, blank. Now I'm blank.
What will happen if you're successful?
Blank.
What will happen if you're successful?
Blank.
What will happen if you're successful?
Happy.
What will happen if you're successful?
Happy.
What will happen if you're successful?
Blank.
What will happen if you're successful?
Happy.
What will happen if you're successful?
Blank. Yeah.
Okay.
When I think, I feel blank. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
So
when you have to blurt out, those things are so deep down inside that you're not able to even bring it out, So keep doing
exactly.
it. So
Blank
keep doing
and
it. Yeah. Keep doing it, and something will show up. Okay. So great.
Thank
So
you.
thanks everyone, for whoever kind of volunteered to be on the thing and talk about it. Now here's the thing, just stick till the end, and what I will do is we are going to get like these little recordings of me where I will keep asking you this question and you keep blurting out and blurting out and blurting out, and you can keep playing this over and over again, and you will be really surprised at the bizarre things that show up over a period of time, right? Okay, now let's go to the next one. What is that? Okay. So basically, I'd like to talk to you about this case study about this person, who was working with me. And I think in all we must have done like 6 sessions together. And the way we worked was that in the step one, he identified all the stressors in his job. So basically everything that was stressing him out. So, when something is stressing you out, it can be something to do with your job. It can be something that is going on with you at home or whatever. So you write down everything that stresses you out. And then after that, you write down whatever your goals are. So the step one is you write down everything that is stressing you out. The step two is you write down whatever your job and career goals are. And that's what he did. He wrote down all his job and career goals. And then we applied a process, an energy psychology process, which I taught him, and we applied it every single time, right? And this is the result we got. He started to get more clarity. Like initially, when I would have him write down his job and career goals, he would sit blank and he would say, I'm not sure, I'm just overwhelmed, I don't know what to ask for. But as we started going through every session, what showed up was that he started to have more clarity. And he also started to have solutions to his work challenges. Like his boss had set him an impossible task, quote unquote. Like his boss told him to do something in 2 weeks, which his boss had not been able to do in 1 year, right? So he started to have all these solutions show up, and he started to work on those presentations on that particular that project. And then within a week of doing that, his boss actually informed him that project had gone to a different department, right? So when he actually let go of all the stress he had about not being able to do that project, what happened was he not only got the things that he could do, and also it turned out in a much greater way where the project went away to somebody else. And also he started to have an improved understanding with his boss. So the first step was look at what was stressing him out. The second thing is, this is stressing me out. Now what do I desire? Right? And then the third thing is you apply the process, the energy psychology process, and then this is what you have. And you can apply any process. A lot of people, you may have worked with other modalities. So basically you get what your stress is, you get what you desire, and then you apply any process which will allow you to let go of the stress and which will allow you to remove the hidden blockages to success. Okay? And one of the ways in which you remove the stress is that little exercise we did right now. So with one person, I asked him a question. I said, so what is the salary you desire? So he gave me an X figure. Okay. And so I asked him something that stops you from receiving this salary is, and he had some amazing things. He said, if I have this salary, then I will have to work really hard. I will have a lot of pressure from my company. I will have to really perform. I will not be able to have the work-life balance, and I will have to carry work home and all of these. So, if he has such strong points of view, then is he going to create that salary for himself? Absolutely not. He's not going to create that salary for himself. So that's why that process which I just taught you before has a lot of value to it. Okay? Now, I've been talking for 1 hour and 10 minutes almost. And so let me ask you a question. Did you find this of any value? Just type yes. Come on, guys. Somebody is saying I got bizarre, arrogant, overconfident. Yes, absolutely. So did you find what I have been speaking about of value to you? Okay. I'm enjoying myself, obviously, and I guess you guys must be enjoying yourselves too because you stuck around with me. Okay. Now here's the thing. Okay. We've spent about an hour so far, and you've received some value from it, right? And obviously, I can't cover everything you need in an hour's webinar. And I obviously can't cover all this even if I were to spend one full day with you. Okay? So, would you like to have a way in which you can work closely with me? So, if you would like to have a way to work closely with me, then type yes in the chat box. And obviously, I'm going to offer you one of my upcoming programs here. I'm obviously selling. So if you want me to talk about it, then just type yes. If you don't want me to talk about it, then I don't have to talk about it. Okay. Okay. So, a lot of you have typed yes in the chat box. So let's see. Okay. So if you act fast, I'll give you a really good deal here. Okay. Now, let's see. The first thing is that let's talk about habits. Okay. So our old habits die hard. So the habits are something which really keep you stuck in place. So what you have to do is you have to be able to change your habits. Okay, that's the first thing. And then I'll show you where, how the program that I'm going to offer is going to help you dealing with habits. And, I just want to remind you guys that I'm going to give you the MP3 recording of that thing which is going to help you clear your hidden blockages to success if you stick around till the end. So I'm being a bit sneaky here with my sales stuff, okay? So old habits die hard. So the program has to be something which is going to train you into new habits, which is going to create things for you. So now you'll be really happy to know how we are going to work in this program, okay? And this program is called 30 Days of Success Bootcamp. Now, basically, I've made it a little more generic. I've not focused on career success here, although you can take career success as something that you would like to work with as part of this 30 Days of Success Bootcamp. Now, if you look at the top right-hand corner, there's this little green arrow there. If you click on that arrow, it will take you to the page where you will get more details about it, but don't go there yet because I'd like to explain this thing to you. So it's 30 Days of Success Bootcamp. So you're going to work closely with me for 30 days. Okay? Now, what are you going to get in this 30 Days of Success Bootcamp? What you're going to get is I'm going to create a video for you every single day. And in this video, I will be teaching you the exact energy psychology process that I have been using with my clients to get the most amazing results. So what we do in this energy psychology process is that we use the mind and body connection. Okay. Now, say you have identified what your limiting belief is, right? But if you just use your mind, no matter what you tell yourself about it, you cannot change that belief because that belief is also stored in your body. So what we do is we use the meridians in the body, which are these energy lines according to Chinese acupuncture. And we activate certain points in the body and we go through these series of statements. And no, this is not emotional freedom technique. This is some other energy psychology method that we are going to work with. Okay? So in these daily videos, we are going to, look at everything that is creating stress for us in our life, and we are going to look at everything that we desire to create. So we are also going to look at all our goals. And taking both of those, we are going to apply this energy psychology process. This does not take more than 15 minutes every single day, and I'm going to lead you through it every single day. Okay? So this is the first thing that you will get in the program. The second thing that you get is there are going to be 4 90-minute live coaching or clearing calls with me. So in these 90 minutes, you can show up and you can go, hey, you know what? This is what is going on for me in my life, and tell me how I can change it. And I work with a lot of modalities. I also I'm an Access Consciousness certified facilitator. So I use a lot of tools from Access Consciousness. So in this live coaching call, not only will we do the energy psychology process together, but I will use whatever is required in my toolkit to actually shift you from wherever you are stuck in your life. Okay? So you're going to get daily videos for clearing your blocks to success, and you're going to have 4 live coaching calls with me. Okay? The next thing you're going to get is you're going to have a daily energetic alignment meditation. Now, this meditation will be anything from 5 to 10 minutes, and this meditation will align you to success. So you will get a daily video with me for clearing your blocks to success, which is a $3,000 value. 4 90-minute coaching calls or clearing calls with me, which are $600 value. Daily energetic alignment meditations with me, which are a $300 value. Now, the fourth thing that you're going to get is you're going to get 4 30-minute group energy transmissions. So, there will be a time when I will inform you, and at that time, I will be transmitting energy to you, which is aligning you to success. And so you will have one of these group energy transmissions every week at a fixed time. So you can either lie down and receive this energy, or just be aware that you're receiving this energy as you go about your day. Okay? And this is a $400 value. So the total value of this whole package is $4,300. Okay. Now, I had 2 choices when I was creating it. The first option was that I could have made it really cheap, like gone on to something like $37 or $47, and it was a lot of work for me because as you can see, I'm putting in a lot of time into it, so it wouldn't have really worked for me. The second option, it requires a little higher investment on your part, but in exchange, I can deliver so much more to guarantee your success again. Okay? So, again, what are you going to get? You're going to get daily videos for clearing your blocks to success, which is a $3,000 value, 4 90-minute live coaching or clearing calls, which is a $600 value, daily energetic alignment meditations, which are a $300 value, and 4 30-minute group energy transmissions, which are a $400 value, and the total value of this is $4,300. Okay, now I'm going to give you some bonuses. The first bonus is you're going to get 10 calls from my How to Become Money Workbook series. So basically, the How to Become Money Workbook is a way in which you can totally change your whole mindset around money so that you can receive more and more money in your life, right? Like, I have done 100 times the How to Become Money Workbook, and what has shown up has been amazing. And every time I would do a call, it was really bizarre what points of views people had and what we cleared in this. So this is an amazing value. So 10 calls from my How to Become Money workbook series. This is a $700 value, and this bonus is available only for the first 30 people who sign up. Okay. Now, bonus number 2 is getting vibrationally aligned with gold. Now, I have a really interesting story about this. Okay. So, the first time that I played with this tool of getting vibrationally aligned with gold, you know what showed up? My mom gifted me a gold set. Like, I started playing with this, which I'm going to which I covered in this telecall that I did. This is, I think, a 75-minute telecall that I did, and I in the call I share with you the exact process that I used. And the first time I used that process, within a week I got a gold set as a gift from my mom. Right? So I'm sure you don't want that. And this bonus is available for the first 20 people who sign up. Okay? So what are you going to get? You're going to get daily videos for clearing your blocks to success, a $3,000 value, 490 minutes live coaching or clearing calls with me, $600 value, daily energetic alignment meditations for success, which is a $300 value, 4 30-minute group energy transmissions, which is a $400 value. The first bonus is 10 calls from the How to Become Money workbook series, which is a $700 value. And the second bonus is Become Vibrationally Aligned with Gold, which is a $150 value. So the total value of this is $5,150. Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. If all this did was create a crystal clear vision for ultimate success so that you know exactly what you would like, would it be worth it for you? Now, if all this did was uncover the hidden challenges that may be sabotaging your success, would it be worth it for you? And if all this did was eliminated those self-sabotaging blocks, would it be worth it for you? Right? So what's being on track with your career and life worth to you is my next question. Is it worth $1 million? Is it worth $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 more? So how much would you pay to get success? Okay. Now, people pay me $225 an hour to get them the results. Now, if you were to work with me one-on-one for 30 days, then you would pay me $6,750. So it's a great deal to have at $550, but I'm not selling it at that price. For the general public, it's available for $297. But because you are special, you're going to get it at $147 today. And here is the blooper that my team made. They did not put my website name here. But you can just click on this green link here, and you can get this for $147 today. It's a 30 days of success boot camp, and you can get all those things that I talked about, which I will tell you once again, for $147 today. If you are in the UAE, it's about 540 dirhams. If you are in India, it's about 13,000 rupees or something. Okay. Now here is the thing. The bonus number 3 is one special group alignment session for success, which will be live. And this is a $300 value, and this bonus is only for the first 10 people. Okay. Now, you can get all this just for $147. Click on this green button on top, and you will go to the page where you can get this. Okay. Now, you have 2 choices. Okay. The first choice is do nothing. Don't take this leap of faith. And this is totally risk-free, and I'll tell you how it's risk-free just in a moment. And the second option is you invest. You invest this small amount in yourself and try it. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, just ask for your money back and you'll get it, right? So I have this money back guarantee. Sign up today, go through this entire program, and if you don't like it for any reason, just let me know and we'll give you your money back. Okay? So sign up for this today, and you know, within 30 days of signing up, if you ask for your money back, I'll just give it to you. Okay? So there is absolutely no risk from your part. Okay? So the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? So if it does even half of what I've claimed today on this webinar, will it pay for itself? Okay, now, let's talk about these two people. There's this guy, who is waiting, and he will continue to wait, and he will continue to wait. So if you wait and you don't do anything, your life will be exactly the same that it was yesterday. And you will just be waiting. Your life will continue in the same way. But look at this guy. He is ready to go. So do you want to wait, or do you want to just start? Do you want to just start running? And as you run, you will start to get all the benefits, all the success that you have always been asking for and never got it. So just, click on this green link on top and get started. Okay, so again, what are you going to get? You're going to get daily videos for clearing your blocks to success. There will be 4 90-minute live coaching calls with me. You will have a daily energetic alignment meditation for success, 4 30-minute group energy transmissions. The first bonus is 10 calls from my How to Become Money workbook series. Bonus number 2 is Become Vibrationally Aligned with Gold telecall. And the third bonus is a live energy transmission for success. So all of this is a $5,450 value. So just, sign up here. This is everything that you're going to get. It's like for 30 days, you're going to be with me and I'm holding your hand, and we're going to look at everything that is showing up in your life, everything that is stopping you from having success. Okay? Now look here, okay? I'm nothing special, right? I'm not lucky. I'm not the chosen one. Or I'm not like one of those really famous people like Justin Bieber or Madonna or anyone like that. I'm just like you, I'm absolutely like you. I'm no different. If I can have success by applying all these things that I have spoken to you about, you can have it too. If I can create 7 books in 3 years and all of them are like international Amazon bestsellers, if I can be a TV host, like, my TV show was called The Nilofer Show. If I can have that show up, you can have that too. You can have anything and everything that you have ever asked for. Right? I'm not anything different than you. I mean, if you look at me, I'm very ordinary, really. If you see me in my daily life, I'm really ordinary. Right? Just choose this. Take this up. I'm going to hold your hand and lead you through it. I'm going to kick your butt. I'm not going to allow you to slip into your, small place, or I can't do it, and allow all your blockages to override you. And, someone, I don't know if you want me to mention your name, like she's just, messaging me on WhatsApp. And she goes, and she's already paid. Yay! I'm so happy. She says, let's start. I'm fed up with all my blockages. Come on, you guys. Are you fed up of all your blockages? Okay, the link to sign up, if you look on the slide right on top. There is this green icon which has an arrow there. You can click on that and it will take you to the sales page. Okay, just sign up there. Okay, and I'll hold your hand. You can, and I what I haven't mentioned is we're going to be in a special Facebook group, and we are going to have a lot of interaction there, and whatever you require, I'm going to deliver it to you. Whatever, apart from this program, if you require anything else, I will be there and I will support you through that. And that's the reason I have created this for you. Okay, so again, what are you going to get? You're going to get daily videos for clearing your blocks to success. You're going to get 4 90-minute live coaching calls with me. You're going to get a daily energetic alignment meditation with me. You're going to get 4 30-minute group energy transmissions like once a week. The first bonus is 10 calls from my How to Become Money Workbook series. The second bonus is Become Vibrationally Aligned with Gold. The third bonus is an energy transmission for success, all valued at $5,450. And you are getting it only for $147. Now, I didn't talk about these two things, and you're also going to get these two things. The first one is my unique goal setting, goal achieving system. So in this, I teach you exactly how you're going to write down your goals, because how you write down your goals is also very important, So if you say, I want a Mercedes, whatever, S series, XYZ, I'm not very clear about cars. I'm just using that as a random example. So you're using the word want. The word want means to lack. So every time you read that, you're saying, I lack having that. Okay? So how you write the goal is very, very important. And no, I will not teach you to write the goal in the form of an affirmation. I'm going to use something else instead. Okay? So I'll teach you exactly how you're going to write the goal, and I will also teach you how you can energize that goal so that you can so that it shows up really, really, really fast. Okay? So I'm going to teach you my unique goal setting, goal achieving system. And the second thing, this is what I'm going to use in the videos every single day. And this is my ninja block elimination process. This is the energy psychology technique that I was talking to you about. This is the energy psychology technique that I have been working with my clients who have been getting amazing results. Like, in fact, they've been getting such great results that they've stopped coming to me for sessions. So I should be now putting my price up, because they learn the technique and then it is there with them for life. Now, here's the thing, in some of the free sessions, I've actually taught this technique, but people don't get the value of it. They don't use it. And that is where this 30 days success boot camp comes into play, because this is about changing your habit, getting you into this habit of actually using what I'm teaching you. So I'm not going to let you just slack off here. The first thing is you have to make that commitment to yourself. That, okay, I'm making this commitment to myself that I would like to create this in my life. This is the commitment you are making to yourself. Okay? And then what happens is that once you create this commitment to yourself, then the magic starts. You have committed to this program, and then we are together for 30 days. Okay? And there is a group of people who is part of this boot camp together, right? And everyone is going to work on everyone's issues. Everyone is going to contribute to everyone else's stuff. So whatever your goals are, all the people in the group are also going to contribute energetically to your goals. And that's what I love about this. Like, I have a story to share over here. Like years ago, I was shit scared of driving, right? And my husband would tell me that you have to learn to drive, you have to get your driver's license. And I would just ignore him, right? So I came to know that there was this group which was doing these group sessions. And so what I did was I wrote down my goal, and my goal was to learn to drive, to get my driver's license, and to become a really good driver. So I wrote down that goal and included it in the goal of the group, right? And everyone was supposed to do that energy psychology session every single day, including everyone else's goals. And I myself must have just done the energy psychology process maybe 3 or 4 times, right? Now, after a month, I got a phone call from my neighbor. And my neighbor, she said, you know what, Nilofer, I'm thinking of learning how to drive, but since the driving school is really far away, I thought of asking you so that we could both go together and learn. And I said, okay, sure, let's go for it. And before this, I would totally have ignored it, right? We went together, we opened our file, we learned, we went for driving, all of that. I got my license in the first try, and she didn't get it for another 6 to 9 months, right? This process is so powerful. Only later I remembered that I had included this as a goal in that group. So can you imagine if you have all your goals written out and you add this to the mix, and everyone else is also working on their goals and the goals of the entire group? Can you imagine what that is going to create? It's just amazing. It is just amazing, right? So just choose it. Just choose it, okay? Just click on that link, make the purchase, and you get all of this. You get to play with me for 30 days, and really, I'll kick your butt, and you can demand whatever you want from me, okay? So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get daily videos for clearing your blocks to success, 4 90-minute live coaching clearing calls, daily energetic alignment meditations, 4 30-minute group energy transmissions, 10 calls from my How to Become Money Workbook series. You're going to get Becoming Vibrationally Aligned with Gold call. You're going to get energy transmission for success. You're going to get my unique goal setting, goal achieving system. And you're going to get my ninja block elimination process, all valued at $6,150. And it is for you for only $147 today. Okay, so this is everything that you're going to get if you come play with me in the 30 Days of Success Bootcamp. And come on, guys, what have you got to lose? Try it, play with it, commit to yourself, and create that in your life. Now, I promised you something, right? I promised you something. I promised you that if you stayed till the end of the call, I would give you something. And what I said I would give you is the audio clearing loop to identify your blocks to success and to clear your blocks to success. So if you click on this link, it will actually take you to the page where you can download that recording. And I'm really sorry, I haven't been able to upload it yet. So you go to that page and check in tomorrow, and you will be able to download the recording, the MP3 recording from there. Okay? So thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with me. And once again, this is what you're going to get if you join the 30 Days of Success Bootcamp. Come play with me, change your life. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw the line open, and if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me the question. So Ashish, you have a question. Do you still have a question? So hi Ashish, do you still have a question?
No,
Hello?
it's all clear. It's all clear.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who has any Is there anybody else who has any questions? Just, raise your hand and I'm happy to take your question. Anyone else? Yes. Okay. Yes, Nivedita, ask your question.
Yeah, when is this starting, Nilofer?
It's starting on the 14th of June. It's for
Oh,
13
great.
days from the 14th of June. Yeah, 30
Okay.
days.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Is there any other question? Anybody else has a question? Okay, so people are not able to see the link. Yes, there is no link right now on that page. Just save the link for the page. I will be uploading the recording by tomorrow. Okay, so you will have that. If you travel in between, it's not an issue. If you are able to get the internet wherever you're traveling, you will be able to access the calls and everything. If you're not able to get it, then just keep practicing what we have already done before. And once you're back, just continue from where you have left off. The beauty of this is that everything will be available to you in your members area and you can use it whenever you desire. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for joining me today, for being on the call, for contributing, and I hope this was of value to you. And I would love it if you were to come and be a part of the 30 days of success boot camp. So this is again where the link is to get the recording, the bonus recording I promised you for being till the end of the call. And this is where you can go and click the link here to sign up for the program. So thank you everyone, and bye. See you.